Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your sugar. Or is it salt? They both look the same. But one will make your coffee taste great, or one is very sweet, and one's not going to add any value to your coffee at all. So how do you know what's good advice and what's bad advice? And it might look fantastic because it's coming from a friend or a family member. It's coming from somebody that you care about or you respect, and you think it must be great advice. But is it possible that because sugar and salt look the same, that because advice is coming from somebody that you like or you trust, doesn't mean it's going to add value to your life? And I think it's a really important question. The reason I'm asking is every single day I have people, every day without fail, somebody will share with me their goals or their dreams, something that's important to them, something that they want to do with their life. And then someone in their life will sabotage their goal or their dream. Someone will say, you can't, it's not possible, it won't work. So instead of adding value to their goal or dream, they try and steal it. And yes, that can come from an enemy, that can come from somebody who doesn't like you and they want you to fail. But it doesn't usually. It usually comes from a family member or a partner or parents who say you can't do it. And I'm sure that's coming from a great place. Because if somebody loves you, they don't want you to fail. If somebody loves you, they want you to have a career or business that you love. My parents were absolutely committed to me becoming a lawyer. They wanted me to be a successful female lawyer. There's a small challenge with that though. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be an exercise professional. So when I shared my dream with them, there was a lot of not sugarcoating on that. There was a lot of angry, aggressive words about why I couldn't and shouldn't be an exercise professional. But I want to share with you the end of the story, well, the exciting part of the story, is I ended up on the young rich list in Australia, one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40, and I share that with you to express that even though I didn't have the support of my family, I wasn't going to let somebody steal my dream. I didn't need sugar to be sprinkled on my dream, and I didn't need salt to take away from my dream, because they both look the same. My parents care about me and they wanted me to be successful, but they didn't understand my dream. So when I was on the young rich list, it was very interesting to hear my parents say, oh, you do have a real job, you do have a real career, you are successful. And it's interesting how money seems to change people's minds about a lot of things. My very special request is this: please don't let somebody steal your dream, and please don't be a dream stealer. You might be putting salt into somebody's coffee, you might be giving advice to somebody about their career or business because you love them. But if you've never done it before, how do you know it's not going to work for them? Even if you have done it before and it didn't work out for you, does it mean that it's not going to work out for them? They might be more ambitious, they might have more drive, they might have more discipline, they might have more of a never give up attitude. And that's the question that I ask if you have a dream and somebody that you like or trust tells you that you can't achieve it. Have they done it before? And if they haven't, should you be very careful about that advice? It might be putting salt in your coffee. If they tried something and they failed, it doesn't mean that you're going to fail, it just means that they did. And they're scared for you because they failed and they don't want you to fail, so they're going to give you advice that says, don't do this, you could fail. But as I always share, could the only definition of failure be or mean that you give up? And if you've got a dream, if you've got a goal, if you've got something you want to achieve in your life and you give up on that dream, surely that is the only definition of failure. So I've lived my entire career from the age of 13 when I started teaching classes for money, that I knew this was going to be my career path. I'm now a very old lady and I would hate to think what it would be like to look back over my life knowing that I wanted to be a exercise professional. I wanted to inspire people to be healthy, fit and strong, but I ended up in some stinky law office doing what my parents wanted me to do. Now the beautiful thing is that if you do what you love and you have self-respect, which of course if you do what other people want you to do, where is your self-respect? If you do what is important to you and what your core values are, and you can look in your mirror and say, I love my life, I have a career or business that I love, and these are the 4 things that I always share, 4, 4, 4 every day. I'm healthy, fit and strong. I've got a career or business that I love. I'm financially free because I have a career or business that I love. And I've only got great people in my life. Now, one of the things and this is very controversial, but one of the things you've got to be really careful about are the people who infect your brain with negativity. And as I shared, that can sometimes come or often comes from people in your inner circle who you think love you, and they probably do. But if they're infecting your head with negativity and that ends up stopping you from achieving your goal, surely you've got to be careful of that. And this advice was given to me from a top-end psychiatrist who was a member at one of my health clubs. And she shared this with me with massive amounts of energy, enthusiasm, and passion. She shared, there is no rule that says you have to be involved with, you have to love the people in your life, whether they are your parents or your partner or your kids or whoever. If they weren't your parent, your partner, your kids, would you have them in your life? Would you listen to what they say? And if somebody's treating you disrespectfully, or they're hurting you, or they're trying to steal your dream, why would you have them in your life? And maybe if you feel that you have a responsibility to have them in your life, or you feel that you just have to, it might be for religious reasons or cultural reasons, maybe don't go as often and don't stay as long, and perhaps close your ears when you go. Because if you're not living your life to what your core values are and what your standards are, and you end up living for somebody else, is it possible that you end up living a life of regret? And I'll share again that the salt and the sugar, they look exactly the same. Sugar may add value to your coffee, salt's going to make it taste bloody awful. And that's what a lot of advice does to people's lives. It makes their lives bloody awful. So be very careful about the people you put into your life. Be very careful about what you put in your coffee. And that's a very interesting quote from a great business philosopher. Whether a friend or an enemy puts poison in your coffee, it's going to kill you. So even if your friend puts it in there, it's still going to kill you. So watch your coffee and live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Woohoo!